Alright, so hopefully this video is helpful if you haven't performed a paint correction. If you have and you're trying to figure out what do I need to do to remove these imperfections, there's so many different kinds of creams, there's so many kinds of different compounds and pads and all this stuff. I'm just confused and I don't know what to do. Good day guys, welcome back to another episode. Another episode with the charger. If you saw the last video, thanks for watching it. Hopefully you enjoyed it, but that was clay barring, cleaning up the paint. So in this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a paint correction on it. It's not horrible, but it does have some light swirling. I wouldn't really call them scratches, but it was like that from when we picked it up from the dealer. Dealerships, they don't do like gentle washes. They just wash to try to keep everything clean on the lot. They're washing hundreds of cars, so totally understandable. But I want to remove any of those imperfections. I want to make the paint look as best as possible. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, bringing you guys along with me to do that as well. So the products I'm going to be using are the Griot's Garage. I'm going to be using the Boss system, their Boss compounds, their polishes, all of that great stuff. So what I want to show you guys, I'm not going to just review just one of the polishes or one of the compounds. What I want to do is I want to show you what I have for scratches, and as you can see, I have everything that I want to avoid taped off already, which helps kind of speed the process up while you're polishing and paint correcting. That way you're not getting it onto plastics. There's a lot of vinyl on this car, so I don't want to get it onto the vinyl either. So I just kind of want to show you guys roughly what the defects are that I'm looking at, that I'm wanting to remove, how I'm going to go about removing those, kind of proper ways of doing it. You don't want to just go to your extreme aggressive compound first to remove it, because maybe a lighter compound can remove it. But you also don't want to use too light of a compound because you're not going to be able to get them removed. Maybe get frustrated, think that you're not doing it right. So really there's a few steps to looking at your paint, to looking at the surface, to see what you need to do to correct any of those imperfections that you're seeing, that you're wanting to remove and get rid of. One thing that's extremely handy for seeing that is a light. A light for paint corrections. There's all kinds of different brands. Just some kind of a light. You can even use like a little LED flashlight, but just light to focus on the area so you can see it. The light that I use is the Astro 50 SL, as you can see. Very nice light. It's got a little hanger to hang it up. Your power button, magnet on the back. There's also a magnet in the bottom, and this is adjustable. As you can see, it has some very nice detents in it. So you can basically mount it anywhere if you want. But I like using it for hand and looking. It has a high and a low setting on it. So very, very handy in a paint correction when you're doing that. So some kind of a light. Another thing that I like to do that I think makes it easier is when I am clay barring, getting all those contaminants that are embedded in the paint out, I like to look at the paint and note in my head where I'm seeing some defects, where I'm seeing things that are gonna need a little bit more attention, and try to find some of the worst spots. Know where those are at on the vehicle that you are doing the paint correction on. If you need to, just get a piece of paper, jot it down, driver's door, lower corner, heavy scratch, or whatever it is. That way you know. But when you are clay barring, you are seeing every single inch of the vehicle that you are going to be doing the paint correction on. So you can kind of note that and address that when you get to the step for the paint correction. I'm also going to be using my Griot's Garage Boss G21. It is a DA, so it's a dual action polisher. I'm going to be pairing it up with their pads as well, and you can adjust pads and your correcting compounds, so you can go a less aggressive compound with a more aggressive pad, vice versa, so you can kind of mix and match, or you can just use the pad that they're calling for with that compound to basically see what you need to remove those defects. So I'm going to take you guys, I'm going to bring you in. Some of the stuff that I see is on the front of the hood right in here. Those are some of the worst spots that I can find on the car when I went over it clay barring it. Bring you guys in, I'll show you that. I'll get the camera set up and we will start doing a paint correction, seeing what I think I need to use to remove those defects, trying it, seeing if it does, if I need to use a more aggressive compound, least aggressive compound, what I need to do from there. But let's go ahead, check this out, and see those defects that I'm talking about. So coming onto the hood with my light, you're going to be able to see right there is they're just very light scratches, some swirling, and it's just from washing it, and they kind of stretch across, and they are in a horizontal angle across the hood, so I'm sure they were wiping bugs or whatever it was off. There is some light water spots also, so I'm going to be removing those. But you can kind of see some of the defects. Let me see if I can find a spot that shows a little bit better. Some of them aren't too bad at all. Others are, I'd say, a little bit bad. It's not horrible, but you can see right there, there's some pretty deep ones right through there. Like I said, going horizontal across the hood. So it's nothing horrible. The paint is in good shape. It just needs something basically to buff it and get it looking brand new, or to my desire, what I like to see. So I'm just going to be removing that stuff. Really, on the sides of the car, I didn't notice anything on the sides, any kind of scratches or light swirls or anything. So luckily, I know where the bad stuff is. Majority of it is on the hood right there where I showed you, but the rest of the car is not bad. As you can see, I have taped off the vinyl, plastic, also around the windows, the rubber weather stripping, taped the vinyl off up on the roof. So I've got it all taped off. Also back here on the rear of it, I've taped off the vinyl tail band. So basically it's going to make it easy. I don't have to worry about hitting this with my pad or my buffer. It will make it a lot easier. That is something I recommend doing. It'll just make the job a little bit easier. Also the black plastic around the mirror, so I have just the paint exposed. But that's basically, as you can see, what I have taped off, how it looks, what I'm going to be doing. Also on the front grille real quick, I taped the plastic off there. So it's going to make it a lot better, a lot easier and nicer coming in with the polisher to use it. I'm also have an Adams Swirl Killer Mini, and I'll be using that for these tighter spots, like up around the window, on the mirrors, anywhere that's a little bit tighter for me to get with my big DA polisher. That's what I'll use my smaller DA for, which will also make it really, really nice. Let's get set up. We'll start on the hood so I can show the before and after on the scratches and water spots, see how we are on the removal, if I need to step up compounds or pads, just to kind of get a general idea and kind of show you guys, if you're kind of unsure of using a polisher, of doing a paint correction, if it's something that scares you, really you don't need to be timid by it. You just need to take your time, pay attention, and it'll turn out to your satisfaction, to your liking. You're gonna be very happy. You're gonna get that sense of accomplishment. So looking at the defects, what I'm going to start with is my Griot's Garage Boss Correcting Cream. I'm going to go with just the correcting cream and the correcting cream pad. I feel that that's going to definitely be enough. What I could also do is step this pad down to a finishing pad or something like that. But some of these is really going to take a little bit to get out. So I feel that it's going to need this pad and this correcting cream. If I need to, I can step it up to the fast correcting cream, but I don't really feel the need of having to do that. So this is where I'm going to start for my baseline. What I want to do is butter this pad completely up. I want to get all of these little cells in this foam pad completely filled up with the correcting cream, and then I will start correcting. Once you have this completely buttered, then you can just add 3 drops to it to keep going when you move from panel to panel. That's really all you need to do. Always make sure your creams are shaken up very, very well. So I'm just going to come in. One thing I love about the Griot's tops is the top of them has this domed cap, so it makes buttering the pads very, very easily. So that is basically all I need to do right here. As you can see, I just need to get all of it buttered, filled up, all of those foam cells. And once I do that, then we will be able to start going in and doing the paint correction and seeing the results and if I need to change anything up. So now that I got my pad completely buttered up, that is way more than enough product that you're going to need. So it's going to be a little bit much, but I like to put it on there. I'll show you, we'll spread it out, we'll turn the machine on low, spread it even more, and then I will turn the machine up. One really cool thing is on the back of the bottles, right there it says to work at 4 to 6 on the speed setting. So then I will go from 1 once I get it spread out, and I will go up to 4, possibly 5. I don't really feel that I'm going to need 6 though. Always put the cord of your polisher over your shoulder, but you can just come in, basically start spreading this product around. As you can see, there is a lot of product when you butter the pad. It is a good thing. You do want to butter the pads. You don't want to have a dry pad, but just make sure you get it spread out, because you really don't want a correcting cream shower when you turn your buffer on. It will sling all over, so you want to avoid that. So I have it on 1, and I'm just going to come in, spread it in, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn it up to 4. and I'm going to work just this area right here. So as you can see right there, what happened is we have a lot of polish that has just come out. So I picked some water up on the hood and it started slinging polish all over me and everywhere. So that will happen if you just wash the car, but that is what happened right there. So I'm gonna go back down to 1, spread it out some more. So just like that, I did what I like to do, and that's make 3 passes, so a crosshatch pattern. I went up and down, and I went side to side for pass 2. Pass 3, I went back up and down. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get a microfiber, remove this compound, and then I'll bring you guys in close. I'm also gonna inspect the paint, see if the defects have been removed, if they haven't, if they're still there light, and make any adjustments that I need to do with my compound or my pads from this point. So I'm just gonna use one of my Griot's Garage PFM Terry Weave towels to remove the correcting cream that's left over. One thing I love about the correcting creams, perfecting cream, fast correcting, any of that, is it removes so easy and nice. It's not hard to get off of the surface. It buffs off with ease, making it super nice and very, very easy. And I just love that because you don't have to like work at it for a long time. And just like that, it has been removed and I can see the surface. So I'm gonna grab my light, bring you guys in closer. We'll look at the surface and see if there's any other things that we need to address, or if it has done a good job, or if we need to make our adjustments like I mentioned. So we'll come in for a closer look, and as you can see, there still is some light scratches and swirling, especially right through there. You can see quite a few, and down on the front. So the next step is going to be going back over this area using a little bit more aggressive pad or a more aggressive compound. For me, looking at it, I think if I use a microfiber pad with the correcting cream, that's going to take it out. So I'm gonna go ahead, get one of my microfiber pads out. I'll get some polish on it, I'll butter it up a little bit, I'll show you guys that, and we will hit this section again. So you can see here, I have my microfiber pad. With your microfiber pad, you're not gonna wanna butter it like I did with a foam pad, because a microfiber pad is going to hold a lot of product. So you are going to want to put some on there. You don't want to go super, super heavy. And as I know right now, looking at that, I'm going to get a lot of comments in the comments section saying that's way too much. I want to make sure that I got enough in the microfiber pad because it will soak in, but I'm just going to spread it out. And we're going to do the same thing that I did before, again, just with the microfiber pad. So now we've gone over it with the microfiber pad. I feel that it looks a lot better just seeing it like this, but let's wipe it down and find out for sure. So I can already see it, it looks a lot better, but we won't know 100% for sure until we come in with the light. So let's get a closer look at it. So come in for a closer look, and looking at it, they are all gone. The surface looks really, really good. So the scratches have been completely removed. So we did not need to go to a heavy, fast correcting cream. We just needed to step the pad up. So we stepped the pad up to just a microfiber pad, and this is the results that we got and got delivered from it. So very, very easy, great looking, really, really good results. I am extremely happy with. If the camera will focus, there we go. So I'm very happy with the results we got. As you can see, I'm just kind of going across. It is shiny, it is new, it is good looking paint, but we definitely have a bit more shine and gloss up on the front corner here that we did. So that is just basically what you need to do with different pads, different kind of creams, figuring out what you need. Always go on the light side. Don't go to the heavy side right away. You will receive really, really good results doing that. And doing it that way, you're not going to cut down your clear coat. You're not going to be removing more layers than you need to. So you want to just basically remove as much clear coat as you need to pull out the imperfections that you see. You're not going to pull out 100% of them, but if you can reach right around that 90% mark, maybe 95, 98%, then you're doing extremely well. And you'll be extremely happy with the results that you got and the sense of accomplishment doing that. I'm going to go ahead and keep going. I'm going to get this whole hood done. Actually, I'm going to get the whole car done, but I'm going to use the microfiber pad with the correcting cream. I will show me doing some of that. I'll speed the video up while doing it as well. And then once I have it all done, I'll bring you guys in and show you the final results that we achieved doing this. Okay, so I got this whole section done here. The top looks just as good as this bottom that I showed you guys. As you can see, that's what I'm doing there. One thing you can also do if you don't have different pads or a cream, you can increase the number of passes that you are doing. So if you only have one pad and one cream and you're not removing all the defects that you're looking at, you don't want to hog down on defects and try to remove all of them, because not all of them are going to be removed. But if there's lighter ones that you feel that can be, instead of doing 3 passes like I was doing, you could step it up to 4. Me personally, everyone does it differently, but me personally, I would never do more than 5. But that is just, like I said, that is just myself, because I don't want to remove and compromise my paint and my clear coat. So I like to do as least amount as possible, remove least amount of clear coat as possible to remove the defects that I would like to remove. That way I can save my paint for a long time. But I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it. We probably don't want to watch a whole car paint correction in fast forward. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off. I will definitely bring you guys back in once I am done with the whole thing and show you guys. We'll get the light as well, and I'll show how great this is turning out. But the correcting cream with a microfiber pad paired up together is doing exactly what I want and need it to do and delivering amazing results. All right, so I am now finished with the paint correction on the whole car. It looks absolutely amazing. The gloss, the clarity in the paint, the defects, the minor defects are gone. I still have a few that were a little bit bad. I knew I could not get them out. They were just a little too deep, but they are definitely minimized tremendously. So the whole car looks extremely good. If I can back up a little bit here for you, so you can see the gloss in it, how good it looks. So at this point, you can just call it quits, because the correcting cream and the microfiber pad with the Boss system from Griots does such an amazing job finishing out. It looks super, super nice. So you can quit right here, or if you want to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the perfecting cream, and I'm going to go over everything with the perfecting cream, because I want to get every last ounce of shine out of this finish, because it already looks absolutely amazing. Very, very happy with the outcome. So with the perfecting cream, you're just going to use a little bit slower speed, and like on all Griots bottles, it does say what speed to use, but it's the same. It's just I'm going to do a 2-step paint correction on this rather than a 1-step or a 3-step. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to use the perfecting cream pad and the perfecting cream, go around the whole car, get it done. I'll bring you guys back in and show you. Camera probably won't pick up exactly how nice it looks, but it's going to be exactly the same as using the correcting cream for the perfecting cream, using it on the paint with your buffer. Very easy to use. All the Boss creams wipe off. Absolutely amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, bring you guys back in, show you what it looks like. I will say having my mini swirl killer for around the pillars and the mirrors has been a true lifesaver, especially around door handles and this bottom valance down here too. So it has been very, very nice. It's come in very handy. So having both of my polishers, I really, really like. This is the first paint correction I've done having both of them, and I am starting to ask myself, why didn't I have both of them before? But it is definitely not something that you have to have if you are just getting into paint correcting. But if it's something you're doing quite a bit, it's definitely really nice to have. So I just wanted to bring you guys in and show you using the perfecting cream. It's right here. I've already buttered my pad. I've already done some. So like I said, once your pad is buttered, you can just give it 3 small drops. And that's all you're going to need to keep continuing on from panel to panel. And one thing, I'm trying to remember if I said it, when you are paint correcting, you want to do overlapping. So you want to do crosshatch patterns up and down, side to side. So you're up and down, that counts as 1, side to side, that's 2. And then an up and down again, that's 3. So that's what you consider 3 passes, like that, 3. So you want to do that, your crosshatch pattern, and overlapping. You want to overlap by like 25%, right around in there. Not a ton, but you don't want to miss anything. So I just wanted to bring you guys in for the perfecting cream. As you can see, the panel now has not been perfecting creamed yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do it on camera. I'll wipe it down, show you how easy this stuff wipes off as well. And we'll see if we can notice on camera any kind of difference in gloss. I will say what I have done off of camera, I have noticed that it is just a little bit more vibrant, a little more depth, and really, really good looking. So, as always, just spread the product in. You don't want to sling it. Go down to 2, or not 2, go down to 1, spread it in, and then turn it up. I've been turning it up to 4 is where I've been running it at on my Griots G21. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. One thing I love about this Boss lineup is the working time is so long. They don't dust hardly at all. Very easy to wipe off, as you can see, effortlessly. Right when you're done, just buff it right off. And there is the panel there. As I said, I feel that it is a little bit glossier. It's got a little bit more depth. I think you can see that with, if I can show it right here, the light in the fender. It's just kind of refined the correcting cream, going over it with that, and then using the perfecting cream has just refined that look. But I feel that it looks really, really good. Very glossy, very shiny. I am very pleased. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the whole car with the perfecting cream, and I will definitely bring it back in to show you the finished product and result that I've got from it. All right, so here it is, all finished up. We did a 2-stage of correcting cream and then perfecting cream. It has turned out absolutely beautiful. This thing is gorgeous. The gloss, the color, the depth looks so good. So this is going to be a crucial step into doing a paint correction, getting your paint clean, prepped, ready for some type or sort of paint protection, whether you're going to ceramic coat, apply a paint sealant, apply a wax. So whatever you're going to apply, this is a great step that you're going to want to do. But as you can see, the gloss is absolutely unbelievable. The perfecting cream has definitely helped out that gloss a lot. It has made the color pop. It looks really, really good. So here is another angle of the hood. As you can see, the whole car. So it looks really good. I am very, very pleased with it. That is basically just some nice, easy steps of things to do to perform a paint correction. It's not scary, it's not hard, it's just time consuming. But as long as you take your time and have attention to detail, you can do it and achieve a look like this on your car, on your pickup, whatever it is. But this looks absolutely amazing, and I am very, very pleased with it. All right, so hopefully this video is helpful if you haven't performed a paint correction. If you have and you're trying to figure out what do I need to do to remove these imperfections, there's so many different kinds of creams, there's so many kinds of different compounds and pads and all this stuff. I'm just confused and I don't know what to do. So that is basically what you want to do. You want to start with your least aggressive. You don't want to go with the finishing, but you want to go with the least aggressive. Try that with a pad that corresponds with that compound. Check and see if you're removing those defects. If you're not, you can step up just the pad, as I did on this, and that's all I needed to do was just change to a microfiber pad. So I did skip one pad. So the next foam pad that is the most aggressive foam pad in the Boss lineup, and I just went straight to a microfiber. A microfiber is going to cut more and it's going to give you a better finish. It's a little bit more of an aggressive pad. But I did that with the correcting compound, and as you can see, the results that I achieved with this are absolutely astonishing personally. So as long as you're just using a good compound and using pads, you don't have to have tons of compounds and different pads. And I'm not saying that you even have to use the Griot's Garage Boss lineup, but that is compounds that I really, really like just because they are so easy to use. They're very low dusting. They have a very long work time, very, very easy to remove. And I just achieve amazing results with it. So that's why I always go back to the Griot's. I know that there's other compounds out there. There's a lot that I haven't tried and I want to try, but this is what I have and this is what I like. I have others, but this is my most favorite go-to, so that's why I use that on here. The final step you're going to want to do after you've done this, of course, you're going to remove your tape, and then you're going to come in with some sort of a cleaner, a polish remover, like an IPA mixed spray is what you're going to want to use. There's all kinds out there, and you're going to want to go over the whole car and make sure that you have the compound completely removed. That is going to remove anything that's left over that you might have missed buffing off, which totally happens. There's always spots when I walk around that I even see, but you're going to want to use that to make sure you have all that removed. And now you have that paint clean, you have it exfoliated, you have it ready to apply some sort of paint protection. So now that is the spot that I'm at, and it's going to be time for me to apply some sort of paint protection on this. So this is going to be a video, personally, you're not going to want to miss. I am super, super excited to try it out and see the results that I get with it, with already seeing how the car looks right now. So definitely remember to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, turn on all post notifications so you don't miss a future upload and you don't miss that video when I upload it. This is probably going to be a bit longer of a video. I apologize now. It's later in the video, so if you made it this far, thank you very much. But I do apologize, but hopefully I'm trying to pack information in. And is it the right information or the only way to do it? Absolutely not. This is just the way that I do it. That works really well with me, and I just want to share it with you, so maybe it will help you out as well. Maybe it'll make you feel comfortable to try doing a paint correction if you've never done it before. I know it can be very scary. I know my first one was very scary. I was nervous, but as long as you don't have to move fast, but you don't want to move super slow and you don't want to sit in one area. But as long as you have consistent arm speed, crosshatch, overlapping, making sure, and you can always stop, make sure your pad's not getting too hot. You don't need to put a bunch of pressure down. You can achieve results like this that are just absolutely astonishing, personally. This thing is beautiful. This is probably one of my best paint corrections to date. So I'm very, very in love with it right now. But I don't want to keep talking. I don't want to stretch this on too long. Hopefully it was helpful. Remember to smash that thumbs up if you liked the video. If it helped you in any way, share it with a friend. Share it anywhere that you think it might help someone else out as well. I really appreciate all your guys' support, but I will catch you all in the next one. And until then, take care.